real quick, man, before we get to sleep, I gotta hit y'all with something because something just striked across my timeline. I'm gonna let Morgan not handle it, and then we'll read exactly what was written. Let's go.
The jurors from the Sean Diddy Combs federal trafficking case have broken their silence and spoken out in the Netflix docuseries. When you hear what they say, you'll understand what they were thinking and how this acquittal came to be. Kind of exactly what I was telling you. Juror 75, quote, she wanted to be with him. This guy was actually on the jury. The other person, I think, was the alternate. He went further saying, look at the evidence. It doesn't make any sense. This was his quote, it takes two hands to clap. You cannot clap with one hand. And when two hands clap, they both end up like this together. And then he's talking about, this evidence makes no sense. She's testifying about violent beatings and she's texting him the next day. She's testifying about all this violence and then she's going on trips and planning vacations with him. You can't have it both ways. You have to take some accountability for your actions when you're a full-blown adult and not somebody trafficked from Eastern Europe who doesn't speak the language and has no money. These jurors trying to reconcile these stories with the charges of sending a man away for life is what led to the acquittal. Juror 160, I believe this was the alternate, brought up the biggest part, which I said and shouted from the rooftops, which is this juror said, look, that video, we all saw that video, is horrifying, but, quote, domestic violence wasn't one of the charges. These are the words from the jurors.
Now, in Morgan fashion, he's typically going to always side with the freaking celebrity. The only one I don't recall that he did not side with was Tekashi 6ix9ine, which is funny because that's one of the most popular individuals right now on the internet. But let's actually hear what was written, and I'm going to tell y'all what everybody obviously missed and what some people obviously will call out. Wrote it exclusive from the Jasmine brand. Cassie wanted to be with him. Juror says as Diddy verdict gets revisited on Netflix. The Jasmine brand. Two jurors from the Sean Diddy Combs federal trial are now speaking out in Netflix's new docuseries, Sean Combs, The Reckoning, revealing how they interpreted Cassie Ventura's relationship with the music mogul and why the jury ultimately delivered a split verdict. Jurors identified as Juror 160 and Juror 75 appeared in a series directed by Alexandra Stapleton, offering first-hand insight into the deliberations that shocked the public. Combs was tried in New York City on charges of ex-trafficking by forced transportation for the purposes of prostitution and racketeering. After 3 days of deliberation, the jury found him guilty on 2 prostitution-related counts, but not guilty on the ex-trafficking and racketeering charges. The mixed verdict resulted in Combs receiving a 4-year prison sentence, including time served, far less than the potential life sentence he faced. Juror 75 caused immediate controversy with his blunt assessment of Combs' long relationship with Cassie Ventura. She wanted to be with him. He took her for granted. He never thought that she would leave and go. He said, he added, so just like both hands clapping together, you cannot clap with one hand. They both end like this. The juror also pointed out how quickly the couple reconciled after alleged violent incidents, calling it confusing for the jury. The very next day, they're getting back together and exchanging text messages and like nothing ever happened, he said. So now we are confused. He's beating her and the next minute they're going on dinner and trips. If you don't like something, you completely get out. You cannot have it both ways. Meanwhile, Juror 160 acknowledged that while the jury found Combs' alleged violence towards Ventura, including the widely circulated CNN video, unforgivable, that was not part of the criminal charges they were tasked with deciding. Domestic violence wasn't one of the charges. She said, later admitting she braced for backlash over the verdict. My words exactly were, oh shit. Have any of you guys ever disciplined an animal physically, disciplined a child physically? Do you think that they capitulated? Meaning, do you think that they actually did it because they wanted to or they feared what you would do? That's the coercion part that I think a lot of these cats don't understand in the jury box. But it's not the juror's fault. It's the damn prosecution. Why is it the prosecution? Because they even say, bro, y'all gave us so many days of trial and so much stuff that we literally don't know crap about nothing. Y'all done gave us so many verbose statements and all this crap, and they are right to a certain degree, but there's a reason Stockholm Syndrome exists. Stockholm Syndrome. Y'all know the Stockholm Syndrome thing, right? In case you don't know, I'll make this real easy. Stockholm Syndrome says it is very difficult for the abused to leave the abuser. because they have a weird relationship of comfortability and what's expected. And that's the thing that they were trying to do. They weren't saying, oh, Cassie got kicked all up and down the freaking hallway and she liked it, so she came back. They basically were painting it saying that, hey, bro, she was scared. I mean, goddamn, they blew up Kid Cudi's car allegedly. He just showed up to certain people's houses with guns and all this stuff. So it is what it is on that part. And he was willing to blackmail and then told the parents, oh, I need 20 grand or this is going to happen and all this shit. So when y'all hear these things, right? I'm not saying that Cassie isn't culpable in some part, in some way. I'm not saying that at all. But what I will say is this. I think it's very, very, very interesting to only point out that part while not pointing out the part of, dare I say, some shit just makes sense and some don't. We as a society do not have the hold on what we deem as mental problems, mental health issues. We don't understand anything about it, really. And I ain't gonna hold you, and it's probably gonna sound anti-man. But getting a man on there actually helps. I would have tried to go for the gruffest person there. If I would have seen somebody come on there with some type of weird shirt that, you know what I'm saying, obviously in their 40s or something like that, with a gruff ass beard and seemed like he probably was drinking the other day, he's definitely going on the goddamn bench. That's who I want. Because we cannot understand fully what it looks like. And some people don't even believe it. I'm not telling you what your beliefs should be, but I would think we are all not properly educated on mental illness in this whole entire space we call the United States of America. And so when I hear these things, it's like, yeah, all right. And I don't think Diddy should have went to jail for the shit he went to jail for, because ultimately I think this stuff was civil, not criminal. So when she got her $20 million and then turned around and doubled back and got millions out of the damn hotel, it's hard for me to sit up here and go, oh yeah, he got to go to jail for this shit. Then, once again, like they said, they kind of painted it as, and this is all the fault of the feds. And this is why Lil Comey got fired. You did a horrible job. You had a one-man RICO. The lady, the assistant, she didn't even get any damn charges. Cassie ass should have been indicted and given some type of probation as well. Because she threatened people. She threatened to kill people. She threatened to harm people. She threatened all of these other individuals. She participated. She called people. She was sleeping with people without him. So the same charges that she had should have been the same charges that y'all gave for her. But you know what it was? It wasn't about justice. Hell no. Because if it was truly about justice, a lot more people would be under arrest. This was about embarrassing this man because he was a New Yorker who funded all of this shit. I can agree he was a horrible human being, 100%. A despicable human being, 100%. A nasty human being. Got you all the way. And a lot of the shit, if not 90% of the stuff he did was illegal for sure. But I could have sworn y'all President Donald Trump slept with a prostitute, right? A P-star, and paid for it and paid her hush money. Why didn't he go? Got it. So man, I get what the jurors did, but I feel like, well, I don't feel like, here's my view. The feds messed up, ultimately. They screwed up. Y'all went for the jugular, for the gusto, and y'all lost, and y'all suck, and y'all always sucked. Y'all just throw a bunch of charges at people, and they don't know what to do, and then the trials go by so damn fast that the lawyers that you actually want, you damn near can't get. That's the horrible part about all this that nobody can tell y'all. The feds play a very, very vicious, dirty game. Look how fast these damn trials come up and go. Look at all the stuff y'all have in the States. I gave y'all the update on Takeoff. Y'all don't give a shit about him, but it is what it is. He's still not going to get justice until 2026. Mo 3 ain't getting justice till 2026. Hell, YNW Melly been sitting in jail for 8 years. Man, it is what it is. I'm not laughing at her pain. I'm not laughing at victims. But victims, y'all need to hurry up and come through so y'all can get y'all justice. Share to keep your people aware. Subscribe. Turn that bell. Stay notified. Click right here to see how the rapper who got shot is now hiding after that mass shooting. But in them songs, he was very, very dangerous. Click right here and find it all out. But crazy ass story. Click right here or click right here for the playlist, and I'll catch you on the next one. Reloaded.